And now you have to figure out how are you going to assign it to your students. Okay, so there's a couple ways you could do this as well. All right, so you can assign it to multiple classes or just one class, it doesn't matter, okay? So once you have it selected, I do suggest putting a due date in there, because if you're planning, a week or so out or a day or so out, you could just go ahead and select it. Available this day, save it, the due date. You could have it due on a Wednesday, give them a few days. You can set the hour similar to Google Classroom, okay? I usually prevent skipping just because I want them to watch the whole thing. And I randomly just throw questions in there. Are you still watching? And then you can also allow the closed captions to be on and then post on to Google Classroom. The reason I keep this toggled off is because sometimes, again, I don't want to post it directly to Google Classroom right now. And maybe that's not the way I want to deliver it to my students, because I have a different way of how I deliver all the information for the week, because I just hyperlink everything. So if you want it to automatically go to Google Classroom, go for it. Toggle that on, okay? But if not, I just leave it like that. I click assign. And then what I end up posting to my students is the share assignment, because it'll give you the shareable link. And this is typically what I just go ahead and post into my assignments. So I just copy this, and then I paste it into my assignment. So like I have it like separated by period for anatomy, and we'll just pretend like it's this one, right? And I would just hyperlink it this way. And that way my students have the link directly there for their class period. If they clicked on a different class period, it's going to give them an error message. So that's the way I like delivering it, just because I have a little bit more control over how they're accessing the link, okay? Because I don't want it to get too confusing and too cluttered. So that's one way you could do it. Again, the other way is just to apply it to Google Classroom, okay? So you can always go and get that. And then you can see once it has been assigned, you can go ahead and see, the student's name, they haven't watched it yet. It'll organize this in alphabetical order. And that way it makes like kind of checking it off on a grade sheet like super easy, okay? You can also download the grades for that specific video, and you can reset student progress. You can do it this way, okay? So reset progress just by clicking the 3 dots. Like I've had some students say, oh man, I wish I could have got a better score. That's fine, try again, If you don't want to do that, that's fine too. They're stuck with their grade, okay? But if you click the one to the right and says like, are you sure you want to reset your student's progress? It's going to do it for all of your students, okay? So you want to make sure that you are doing for a specific student if that's the case. And if you change your mind about posting it on Google Classroom, you can always select that. It'll have it like kind of drafted for you right there under assignments, okay? So you could still edit it and add to it and give instructions that way. I just, like I said, have a different preference on how I do that. You could also schedule it to go out. It's already scheduled for a certain time, but let's say you change it and you decide you want to do it at a different time. So all little tricks that you could learn, and then just move it on down to, where you would want to place it. So it can be under the topic that you choose. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions.